Why hello everyone, it is Budget Bunny here, and I have missed you guys so much, but I've just been so busy lately. So today is going to be the long-awaited rabbit room tour for the spring and a cage tour of both the rabbits and the guinea pig cages. So I do, of course, have Chandler, our little hamster, hanging out in that cage there, but it still needs to be cleaned, so I'm not doing a cage tour of his cage. And also I've had quite a few requests to see more of Chandler, so what I'm going to do is put together a video that's just about him, so his cage tour will be in there. So it is finally spring. We're having a beautiful day here today. It's 18 degrees Celsius and sunny. There's a bit of a cool breeze, which is really nice and refreshing. And so I've got all the windows open. And to celebrate the fact that spring is finally here, I have been decorating. So you guys know that I do usually decorate the room every couple months. So I'm going to show you what the bunny room is looking like today. So on this little table here, oh, if you see that, that is just, that's my step ladder because the guinea pigs are up kind of high, so I just keep it there. It's not dirt, that's paint from when we painted. Most of you guys know that I was very busy renovating our kitchen for the last month. So anyways, on this table here, I have my African violet. I got this adorable little birdhouse. I just thought it was so cute and very spring-like. And I've got a candle there, and I've also got my little lamp. Nothing has really changed over here. You guys have seen this before. I have my rabbit plaques and my little shelves with my animals that have passed away. And we just have the futon right here. Oh, and I almost forgot. What are you doing down there, Rocky? I almost forgot. There's my big arrangement that my mother-in-law gave me. It's not really doing so well, if you can see. I don't know if it's getting too much sun or not enough sun, but some of the leaves are dying off, so I might have to put something else in there if it continues to die, but I don't really have anywhere else to put it in the house. And then, of course, I do have my plaques. There's Sammy, Finn and Sam, and Finny, just on that wall right there. So anyways, continuing on, I did have a beautiful orchid right here. And what's happened is after orchids are done blooming, basically they die, and then you have to wait for a new shoot to come up and flower again. So it's doing really well, but unfortunately looks kind of sad there because there's nothing but leaves right now. So just to make it a little more festive, I've just wrapped some colorful leis around it. I got this beautiful little candle light at the dollar store, and I thought it was so pretty because it's a light green and this room is a pale green, and it's also got etched in it little birds and a branch on there, and I thought that was really pretty and spring-like. And just above the top of the window, this might be tricky to see with all the light coming in, but I've put these cute little flowers. Let's see, how can I do this? There we go. I've put these cute little flowers up on the top, and these were from the dollar store. Everything's from the dollar store when I pick it up. I always just go to the dollar store and get things. And what I did was they're actually hung on a really colorful skipping rope. If you can see that there. And then I've just, these were like little pinwheels, and all I did was just take them off the little sticks and hang them up. And I thought that just looked really nice and festive and spring-like for the window. And then right here, I've also just got a nice little lei. So that's what the window's looking like. Again, I'm not sure how well you can see, but that's basically how it looks. Kind of tricky. And so I'm so excited about the guinea pig cage. Now that we have the plexiglass, I can decorate it a little more because there's no way that the guinea pigs can get to what I put on there. So I found these adorable little butterfly stick-ons, and I've just put them all along the cage, just right there. There's Finny and Sammy having a munch, but I put 2 more right there, and then just along the top I've put some more. And again, for anyone who is planning on decorating cages, please just make sure that wherever you put your decorations, your animal can't get to it, because if they ingested any of this, it would be really bad for them. I also got these cute little spring wreaths, so I've put one at the very top of that side of the cage. They still have their twinkle lights on. I know I kept saying I was going to get rid of them after Christmas, but they're not Christmas colored and I really like them, so I've decided to just keep them up all year. Plus it was kind of a pain to zip tie them all to the top of the cages. And there's another wreath right there. So that's what their cage is looking like. I think it looks so cute with all the little butterflies and the spring decorations. And I can't do too much with the bunny cages because they can reach up quite a bit higher. So all I've done is at the very top of their cages where they can't reach, I've put these cute little Hawaiian flowers. These are actually these were hair clips from the dollar store. And I thought they were really cute, so they just stick on. So I've just put one there. I've put one on Ollie's cage right there. And they still have all of their twinkle lights right here. And then on Rocky and Honey's cage, kind of done the same thing. They've got their little Hawaiian flowers there. They've got their twinkle lights still right where they've always been. And then they've got another little flower clipped on right there. And finally, this was one of my favorite things that I did. They had these beautiful, I guess it's how you look at it, they're a little bit tacky by themselves, but I absolutely loved them for a punch of spring color. And I just made this little arrangement, and they had these little kind of fake flowers with almost like little jeweled colors all in them at the dollar store, which I absolutely fell in love with. And then they also had all these little different jewels that had little butterflies and like just little rocks on them. I just thought it was so pretty, so I just kind of made an arrangement with a whole bunch of different ones that I am absolutely in love with. So that's what I did right there. And there's another little green tea light there. And it's got a little bit of frosting on it right there. So that's what the rabbit slash guinea pig slash hamster room is looking like for spring. So I don't think I'm really going to change much about it for summer. That's why I've kind of mixed. There's spring stuff, but then the leaves and the Hawaiian flowers and things make it a little more summery, because I'm not going to change it again probably till the fall. But I thought this way it just adds some color. But I absolutely love how the guinea pig cage turned out. It was so much fun finding something that I can actually attach to them now that they have the plexiglass, because this is a clear, like clear heavy-duty plastic, so there's no way that they can reach through that because it's solid. So I could do a little more with it. So now I guess we'll get on to cage tours. Okay everyone, so I decided to start with the guinea pig cage since they're behaving right now, and by behaving I mean they're not pooping all over the place to mess up what I've just cleaned, although I do see some poos underneath. Plus they look really funny. Look how lazy Finny's being. He's laying down as he eats his food. Silly piggy. So for anyone who is new to the channel, Sir Phineas Fluffy Talks and Sir Samson McSqueakerbox live in a 2x5 CNC cage. A couple months ago, my husband helped me to modify the cage, and we actually put clear plexiglass across the front that's about 6 inches high, so they can reach their heads up to the top, but my guinea pigs don't jump at all, so they've never ever tried to, you know, even attempt to get out. And they have a 1x5 kind of upper, but it's L-shaped in 2 spots. And I absolutely love this cage. For anyone who's doing a CNC cage, the reason that I chose plexiglass is because my cage is up higher. It's on top of 2 of my rabbits' cages. So before, because I'm fairly short, I couldn't see them when they were on these higher levels here. If you use Coroplast that's black or white, I had no way to see them when they were up top, and I found that they were very skittish with me. I think because I would startle them all of a sudden being up on the ladder and them being able to see me. So this has benefited me because I get to be able to see them. I think the cage looks awesome because it looks so much more open. You can barely notice the plexiglass. And I've noticed that they seem less jumpy with me. Finny actually lets me pick him up directly out of the cage now, which he never used to let me do. And Sammy's always been really shy, but he's letting me pet him and everything now too. So I would highly recommend this for anyone who is looking at alternatives to a CNC cage. Okay, so in their cage we have a little tunnel here. All this is actually a grid bent in half and a book cover put over it, and that's a cheap and easy way to make little tunnels. So I have a few different ones, but today they just have this one in there. They have their little tree trunk hideaway house, and I've just put a little cotton piece of towel down underneath there because they do like to poop and pee in there. They have a little hangy toy there. They have a jingle ball right there. I don't find my guys play with toys too much. They usually like to be cuddly or do laps or kind of run around. I don't find that, you know, they play too much, but I always make sure there's toys in there just in case. This is actually just a bird feeder. It's like a what you put suet in for birds outside, but it is perfect for putting veggies in because the grids are too small that they can't get their head in there, but they're able to access the veggies. So I like that as kind of an alternative to something like a veggie ball. We've got a little log house right here, and they have 2 water bottles along the back there that are full. Another jingle ball. This is just a pet safe wooden chew. Another little wooden toy thing just hanging right there. This is their ladder to go upstairs. They have a nut knot nibbler. And in the back here, we have, oh, there's a veggie ball right there. We also have a little pet bed. These are just the $3 ones we get at the dollar store. And they are on fleece. My piggies are always on fleece unless we go on vacation. And there's Sammy. They just love that back corner. That's why they poop there all the time. So these are just like a super absorbent microfiber kind of dishwash pad or something like that we got from Giant Tiger. They sell them with different patterns and things on them, but they're great for those areas that your piggies love to pee and poop because they're really absorbent, and then you can just throw them in the wash afterwards. Hey, Sam. And if you notice the front of Sammy's nose there, that's not a scratch. It looks like it's dried up poop, or he's mashed some food that got wet and it got stuck on the front of his nose. It's not a cut or a scratch or anything. I just I'm going to have to give him a little wipe down, but he's a little trickier to catch, so I'll have to do it later. Hi, Sam. Hi, Hi, Sam Sam. So on their second level here, whoops, sorry. On their second level here, they have one of their food dishes, and if you'd seen my haul a little while ago when I was looking for some things to do, things to put into the cage for spring, this was one of them. So I got these brightly colored little bowls for the guinea pigs. So there's a pink and a green one. And they do have another water bottle right there. This is just their litter box, which is filled with shredded paper and KT lavender bedding. And then I also throw a lot of hay in there because they like to play in it, and they have a hay rack back there as well. And see, it's so easy to show you guys because I can see through this. Hi! Oh, but the reflection's not so great. So they just have, this is one of those tubes that has, it usually has like a colored outer to it that you get at the pet store, but they've chewed all the outside to it. So this is what is left. And they also have some chews, sorry about the reflection, just some wooden chews in there. I think they're both hiding in the pigloo right now. There's a pigloo right there. Boys, don't fight. I can see them both in there and they're squabbling. But they're just in there. Hey, no teeth chattering. They're very picky about whose house is whose. And normally that's Finny's, but I think I startled Sam, so he ran up there. Now that they're having a squabble. So anyways, that is the guinea pig cage. And now on to the bunnies. So I thought that I would start with Rocky and Honey's cage because I normally finish with it. So Rocky and Honey's cage is a 4 grid by 4 grid by 2 grids wide basically CNC cage. CNC means cubes and coroplast. I don't actually use coroplast though. On the guinea pig cage I used plexiglass instead, and on our rabbit cage we used untreated wood. And I will put the link down to my very first video on how we built all this below. I do get a lot of questions on the stability of it, especially because basically you're using cubes and cable ties or zip ties to attach everything together. And I can tell you I've had this cage almost 3 years now and there's no issues. I would just suggest that you use quite a bit of cable ties. If you watch my video, I really loaded up on the cable ties because I wanted it to be secure, but obviously I've had no issues. It's a great home for the rabbits. Rabbits should be in a minimum of an X pen. Those store-bought cages just aren't big enough. So an X pen is the absolute minimum. But what I found with the X pens for us was that the rabbits would just move them around everywhere. So I would come home and, you know, water and food would be everywhere because they'd move the cage to the other side of the room. So this is why we came up with this idea instead. And they are actually in the closet. We took the doors off the closet to fit the cage in here because this is just a spare room for us, and then that way it didn't take up so much room in the cage and I was able to still fit a futon in here to sit in here and enjoy them. So the other question I get a lot, and again I have a video on this, is how I clean these cages, and it's actually really easy. You could either oh, I should tell you quickly for anyone that's wondering, this is certainly not the only way to close your cages, but I just use binder clips or bulldog clips because they just fit perfectly to lock the cage. And then this here is a door, and all I did was I didn't zip tie these 2 grids to the top and bottom, and that way you can just open it. So it's really easy. But anyways, as for cleaning the cages, I find it really easy to just use a shop vac. That way, because this is a little deep for me, unless I have a ladder, I can just kind of move the hose to the back and do a quick shop vac of it. Other people tend to use a dustpan and a small broom. You could do that too. I just find the shop vac is quicker when I have so many cages to clean. That was a toy way over here. And that clip is just a little too snug for me, so I gotta wait for my husband to get home from work to take it off because obviously Honey has destroyed it. This is just a litter box from the dollar store. Please excuse any loose hair flying around. All the bunnies are shedding right now and it's looking pretty silly in here. There's fur flying everywhere. So anyways, this is just a plastic litter box from the dollar store that I've put a dollar store pet bed in. I'll show you here. It's just one of these, and then I've just put a fleece blanket on top, and they love to cuddle in there, although now that it's getting warmer out they probably won't use it as much until the fall again. These were the bunnies' fun summer dishes. Oh, Honey was pulling the pellets out, and then I guess she left them. And then they just have their water bowl behind there. They have a ladder right here, although they don't really need that ladder. It's more for safety purposes. It makes me feel better, but half the time they just jump up and skip the ladder anyways. I've put in their Super Pet Chew mobile that we got from the pet show, and Rocky was having so much fun swinging this around today. I got a few pictures, but I didn't have a memory card in my camera, so I only got them on my phone. And then they have another dish, water dish and food dish right there. And then they have some Willow Chews. So these were actually from Snowdrop Hedgie's contest that we won. So they were just loving this one. They've demolished most of the end of it and they were throwing it around earlier. This one here, I was also excited to get from Snowdrop Hedgie because these soft wooden chews I find Honey loves because she is a big chewer. There's just another little wooden chew there. It's got a hole through it because you can put them on those veggie kebabs, but I don't have any of those, so that's why I just put them in the cage. They have a pine cone right there, which I think has been, all the ends are pretty much chewed up on it. I don't know. Oh yeah, we've got some more things under here. So right there, we just have, this is a wear, something like a chew and toss, something like that, there, that I've just put in their cage, but they were playing with that as well. And there's just another wooden food chew. So there is their little ramp to go down below. Oh, this tunnel looks awful because they've been shedding and all their hair sticking to it, but that's just a big cardboard tunnel. And then at the back there I've just got the top of a paper box because Honey loves to dig and chew and shred cardboard, so I always make sure there's lots of fun things in there for her to keep her busy. So that's the top two layers. I'll just do this up. Okay, so now on to the bottom two layers of their house. So there's that other ramp that I just kind of gave you a glimpse of. And there's Honey just chilling out. She was playing not too long ago. But in the back there, they have their veggie ball. They have a Sisal carrot chew toy. That's the top of it. They've eaten the actual green stem off it. That's just a wooden chew that was left over from another toy. So I've just left it in there because Honey loves to chew. These here were a baby toy. Let me get that in focus. This is a baby toy from the dollar store that I was trying out. It's all these little rings, but they all have a little bit of a hole in them to put together. And actually, I found Honey and Rocky really like kind of grabbing it and swinging it around. So since it's going so well with those two, I'll probably pick one up for Ollie and Willow's cage too, because I thought it was really cute and colorful and they seem to really like it. And this here is Honey's favorite toy. Snowdrop Hedgie was sweet enough a couple months ago to send me these balls. She sent me one for each of the rabbit cages, which was great. And by far, this is Honey's favorite toy. And, hi Honey, what you doing? She looks grumpy. But see, this is why you want natural wood if you're building your own cage, because they love to chew. So in a couple years we'll probably have to replace a couple pieces, but at least it gives them something natural and healthy to keep their teeth worn down. So they do have another veggie ball right there. And in the back, there's their kind of wood and loofah hamburger kebab kind of thing. And then they just have a cat toy there. That's kind of a jingle ball bell combination there. I don't know why all their toys ended up here. Honey likes to throw them around everywhere. So in the bottom here, they have their litter box, which I'm gonna have to change probably tomorrow. They've brought down, they love to pull their hay from the hay rack all the way down into the litter box. So there's just lots of hay there and lots of hay here. There is litter underneath somewhere. And then they've got their, they just have like a little jingle bell, plastic jingle bell they like to throw around. They were both fighting over this toy. I got that at the pet show as well. It was just like a homemade toy. They were running around the cage with it. It was adorable. And I'm assuming, Rocky, are you in there? They just have a cardboard house. You can see they've been doing some construction of their own on it. And then, oh, there he is. And then they have a log hidey house, just like the guinea pigs, but it's rabbit size. That I have to keep putting up into like a house style because Honey keeps jumping on the top of it and flattening it because it's just like held together by this like flexible wire inside. This is from a pet store as well. And then there's some more wooden shoes. And, oh, I see Rocky. I don't know if you guys can, but I guess it's too dark back there. You can kind of see his eye. Hi, Rocky. Hello, baby. So now we'll move on to Ollie and Willow's cage. So we already had the X-Pen in the house when we decided to build the storage cube condos for the bunnies, and X-Pens are very expensive in Canada. This one cost us about $150, and it just, we didn't want to waste it basically. So what we decided to do to cut down on the cost of, you know, fully building 2 new rabbit cages was use it for the base of one of the rabbit cages, and then it was only the other one that we had to completely construct from the storage cubes. So the bottom 3 levels basically are the X-Pen, and then what we did, because it wasn't going to be tall enough on the top level for them, was just add a row of the storage cubes, and it worked out really, really well. I get this question all the time. Ollie has a heart murmur, which means he can't go under any kind of anesthetic, which is a little scary because if anything were to happen to him, he couldn't have any kind of operations because he just can't be put under anything. He's very, very sensitive. He has a really sensitive stomach, very sensitive nose. He has lots of allergies. He is the most sweetest, amazing, lovable rabbit ever, but he does have a lot of health problems. So because he can't be neutered, we're very lucky that he gets along really well with Willow, who is spayed, which is basically a female gets spayed and a male gets neutered so that they can't reproduce. And so we're very fortunate that Ollie does get along well with Willow, but the problem with him being not neutered is that his hormones are always dictating his emotions. So they get lots of floor time, they get daily floor time together, but a lot of the time all Ollie is doing is chasing Willow, especially in the spring. This time of year it gets a lot worse because basically he's Twitter pated. So this time of year is a lot worse, but he's always, you know, chasing her and trying to mount her, which again, during supervised floor time is not such a big deal, and Willow's got lots of space to get away from him, but they are housed separately because of this, because it wouldn't be fair to Willow to house them together and, you know, have her always getting chased or cornered
it'd be really stressful on her, and I'd also be worried that she would maybe have enough of it and attack Ollie. So that's why they're housed separately, but they do get daily floor time. Willow will sometimes hop up to me or hop over the baby gate and end up back in the cage just because she's had enough of Ollie chasing her. So she's really, really good with him and really patient. I wish I could house them together, but I just can't. And I did try, because this is another question I get a lot, I did try originally to bond Rocky, Honey, and Willow, and Willow absolutely hates Honey. Basically what happened is I put her and Honey together, and Willow went right for her throat, which was the most terrifying thing I have ever seen in my life. Honey was screaming. I don't know if any of you have heard a rabbit scream, but it is the most like gut-wrenching sound. It was just, I think when I finally pulled Honey away from Willow, Honey and my heart were pounding for about an hour, and it was just so it was scary. I've never seen how vicious, I guess, rabbits could be before. So there's absolutely no way that I can put Willow, Rocky, and Honey together, and Rocky and Honey are really bonded together. They're inseparable. So this is kind of the way it is, and but I just needed to explain that because every time I do cage tours or I do videos and you guys see the cages separate, I always get lots of questions about it. So anyways, this will start with Ollie because he's on the bottom. Hey, bud. So as you can see here, Ollie has the same hay rack that Rocky and Honey have, and his litter box is right here. Hey, buddy, what are you doing? Hello. All those hay racks were storage baskets that I've put sideways, and I put a piece of wood behind them. I got those at the dollar store, and they make great hay racks. Unfortunately, I don't see them at the dollar store anymore. Well, not at my local one anyways. But that's all they were. They're like an under-the-shelf storage organizer. And there's Ollie, and he's having a munch. Hey, bud. You're so handsome. You're so handsome. And his food dish has to stay in his litter box because the first thing he does is fling his food dish around and scratch at it and dig at it, and his food goes everywhere. So I keep it in the litter box so that everything kind of is contained instead of getting food all over the place. So here he has, these are actually a bird toy. These are Java wood chews. But they are a safe bunny toy, and they're a cheaper, kind of safe alternative to Willow. Ollie doesn't have as many toys as everyone else, as many chew toys really, as all the other bunnies, because he doesn't really like to chew. I don't know if it's his heart murmur or what, but for the most part he's pretty calm. He enjoys kind of chilling out more than he does playing. This one here was also a contest prize from Snowdrop Hedgie. So I put this one in Ollie's cage because he loves to eat, and this has grass, like hay, I think, inside of it. So what I was hoping was it would encourage him to chew and play a little bit because there'd be food inside, and Ollie can't resist a tasty treat. He's got a pine cone in the back there. Right there. He's got another Willow ball right here, and like I said, this ball's been in here probably about 3 weeks, and he's only gnawed on it just a little bit because he really is not much of a chewer. So we have just a wooden chew there. There's another one of those balls. This is a homemade toy. You can find that on my website, which is BudgetBunny.ca. And all it is you just drill holes through plastic bottle caps and just put some sisal string through there, or any kind of twine or anything, and they love to throw that around. Then there's another wooden chew here, and that was just apple sticks and some Pet Safe dyed wooden wooden shapes that are attached with some sisal string. I got this a few years ago at the All About Pet show from the Ontario Rabbit Education Organization booth, and they've really liked that one. And actually Ollie has been chewing on this one, which has been really good. And then he's just got a cardboard box here. Try to get cardboard boxes that don't have too much stuff on them. This isn't too bad because it's not like shiny stickers or anything like that. And again, Ollie's not really much of a chewer. He's had this in his cage a week and see, he hasn't even touched it. He likes to hide in it though. Don't you, buddy? What? I'm sorry. Is that your special spot? You silly boy. You're so silly. You're so silly. And you're cute. And then he just has his ramp here. This is another homemade toy that you can find on BudgetBunny.ca. He's got his water dish there. He's got his veggie ball there. And he's got a bed just like Rocky and Honey's right there. And there's Princess Willow. No, don't eat that, baby. No. So, Miss Willow is looking pretty silly right now because she's shedding. And she has really short hair, so you really notice it on her. Hello, baby. Can we come see your cage? Can we come see your cage and all your toys? Did you bring them all down to one spot to show them off? You silly girl. So she has, she has a pine cone right there. She's got, this is like a lava wood chew that I'm trying out. She really likes the wood part, hasn't seemed to really bothered with the kind of lava rock part of it. And then she has a peeled willow ring right there. She has one of the, I think it was like a corn husk and sisal chew, and a wooden chew right behind it. And her litter box and her hay rack are just right there. With her, because she loves to chew things, I've also put up the Chew Mobile. I think it's a Super Pet product. And I've just hung it right there for her. These were kind of expensive and I got them at the pet show, so I should have got 3 so that I had one for Ollie as well. But I wasn't really thinking at the time. It was just 2 of them came to about $20, so I just got the 2 for now. Because again, Ollie doesn't really chew on things, but next time I see one somewhere, I'm definitely going to pick up another one for him. Her ball is right here. She doesn't really play with it too much. She prefers things that she can put in her teeth and throw around. So there's some wooden chews and a Java wood chew. This is Willow's favorite toy, and no matter how many times I rotate toys, she always gets this one kept in her cage. And they're actually really hard to find now on their own. I had to buy like a set of cat toys just to get another one of these, which is in Honey and Rocky's cage. But she just loves this because she can grab onto it with her teeth, and she just loves throwing it around. And I guess I could probably take this out now. Look, it's covered in hair because she's shedding. This was just a whole bunch of popsicle sticks on like a wire, and she loved to chew on that. As you can see, the only ones that are left are the ones that were a little high up for her, so I'll probably take that out now, eh, sweetheart? Are you enjoying your dinner? Eh? Is that some good dinner? You're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. Look how pretty you are. And she also has a Mr. Christie box. If you're looking for good boxes for your bunnies, they make great hideaways. And you can usually find them at grocery stores that are just getting rid of boxes. I like No Frills for that because they just have a whole section at the front that they just put empty boxes that are free for people to take. So I'll just kind of rummage through them and find ones that will work for the bunny cages. And now up to the top. So Willow has her little snuggle bed back in the back there. She loves her bed, and I noticed she kind of dug up the bed and her blanket is underneath right now, but she loves to like wrap as she's demonstrating what she was doing. She loves to wrap the blanket around her and have a nap. It's the cutest thing. It's so cute. Blankets are also good to put on top of those pet beds if you have real chewers and diggers, because it kind of protects them from getting to the bed. They'll just dig at the blanket instead. And then she has her veggie ball right there. So that is the updated tour of the rabbit room. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope to be on YouTube a little more now that things have settled down. We've almost got the kitchen finished. There's just a few minor things left to do, and we're kind of just working on getting the house back in order because, of course, when we were so busy doing the kitchen, the rest of the house kind of got neglected. So I really hope to see you guys more often on here, and I guess I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.